Ken Ramsey, Bridgeport United Methodist Church, as we continue our series, Doing a 180. 180-second videos, 3 minutes long, to help us do a 180, a turnaround with regard to various issues in our life. We continue our series now on grief. And I want to say right up front, it's not an easy topic, and everyone's circumstance and situation certainly is different. In part one, we looked at the various stages of grief and trying to be aware, encouraging you to be aware of where you may be in that journey of denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then acceptance. And that takes different times for different people. In order to continue to move through those stages, however, we have to keep walking forward. We have to have a way to get our mind focused on living, focused on moving forward, and focused upon our Lord. Now, I'm going to suggest something today just as one possible tool for you, and that's to look to Jesus. Yes, that's right. Look to the Jesus of the cross. He is no stranger to suffering. He identifies with our trials, with what we faced at every turn. His heart has been broken. He knows what it is to have sorrow. And on the cross, Jesus himself, if you remember, called out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" That's probably one of the first parts of grief, is we cry out, why? And sometimes we're afraid to ask that question. Don't be afraid. That's a part of the journey. That's part of moving forward. I want to turn your attention to Psalm 22. Psalm 22 is where Jesus was quoting. Psalm 22 starts out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me, from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but find no rest. Hear those first couple of verses. Jesus is really crying out. The psalmist is crying out. He's lamenting. And I want to encourage you to lament in the presence of God. In your prayer life, it's okay amidst your grief to say, my God, where are you? And then as you continue to move forward, read the psalm over and over again, because he says, yet you are holy, enthroned on the praises of Israel. In you, our ancestors trusted you. They trusted and you delivered them. So he's reminding himself, he's being real about the hurt that he's feeling, about the abandonment that he's feeling, about the questions of why, and at the same time acknowledging that God has always come through. Now, we're going to work our way through Psalm 22 in these segments on grief, because they can give expression to our grief. They can guide our prayers as we move through grief. And what you will discover in Psalm 22 is that it always ends up affirming the presence of God. And I want you to know that whomever you are grieving right now, God is already taking care of them in his eternal presence. And he wants to now take care of you, to heal you, to bring you peace, to bring you comfort. I want to encourage you again to turn to that Psalm 22. Read it aloud if you have to. Let it give expression to what you're feeling. And remember, Psalm 22 leads also to the famous Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. We're going to work our way through that in these next few segments together. Find a Bible, begin to read Psalm 22. Let that guide you as you continue to move forward in this time of grief in your life. I'll see you next time for Doing a 180.